Welcome back. We look so different from the last video,
We
don't
do.
we? So, just to, if you haven't, if you're catching this randomly by browsing, we are evaluating our debut in-person real life show that we did at the
Yep.
Auckland Improv Festival, and it was so layered and so many lessons learned that we wanted to share behind the scenes of it. So check out part one and part two if you haven't seen it. This is going to be part three, diving into our fourth scene.
Yes. And I think as Ben said before too, it's nice, we don't see it very often, improvisers that are really like commentating on their own work. So that we love that. And it's not because we're vain. Okay, you might think that, but it's because but it's because it might help other people to know this was my inner thoughts at the time, or here are some tips on how you could do this easier or whatever it is.
Right.
So yeah.
Going through everything from we just reacted in the moment, had no idea what was going on, to, oh, this is a contrived thing that I did that's a callback from 30 years ago that of some show I did.
Yeah.
So these are things that would have helped me had somebody explain this to me when I was doing
Would have loved it if I
starting
had,
off.
yeah, 100%. Would have loved to see a
Yeah.
video like this. Yeah, just
Great.
saying. Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. You
Just
should do
saying.
some too. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's get on to the next one. Here we go.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, do you need to say
What do you
anything?
want to talk
Like
about it, Mom?
the dad just left. If you go
Yeah, so the
back,
dad,
check it
yeah,
out.
sure. So we'll just scroll back a little bit here. The dad just left his son who had already been left by the mother. He went to go and he knew it was his mother's fault. That's all we know so far.
Hmm.
So she asked him to show him how to use the microwave before he leaves.
If only I knew.
Which means that they haven't eaten for 10 years or they only eat chips or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, totally.
Clearing the chairs to make
I don't
sure
really want to
anything
talk
can
about it,
happen.
Mom. Okay? So,
Okay, pause. Okay, so this is awesome. He's just gone, I don't want to talk about it. Mum. So I know exactly. I am now the mum.
Yep. And I have no idea what we don't want to talk about, but it's
No,
probably the test.
it's gonna happen.
Yep. So there we go.
great, great. I'm just gonna sit in bed here and not cry.
So I'm telling the audience where the thing that I'm on right now, in case they're wondering, and now we know where I'm in the bedroom, and
Yeah.
I'm doing it barely artfully,
You're
and that's
doing it
okay.
like a classic who, what, where. I mean
Yeah, ex
that's what's happening here. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm totally fine to just explore that and find it, but in this one, it's a genre of like clarity, and we're moving forward fast. So
Mm.
the more tight things need to be for time, the more efficient it is just to do the who, what, where right
Yeah.
away, and then starting with emotion there.
So now will you listen to me that maybe this isn't the thing for you, that you've got something else that you're good at? Now
Yeah.
that the fifth time,
Okay, pause. So
Kyle,
that's a callback to the
not
second scene, where it started. He said that he was about to do the test for the fifth time. So I'm letting everybody know we're forward in time now from that. He's done the fifth test now. So this is where we're forward in time.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on in my mind right here while you're saying this, other than I want to make sure not just to keep repeating the same kind of themes that we had before. And then I thought, like, one thing we did in rehearsal a lot is that whenever we're stuck or whenever we're not sure where things can go, we could often go deeper and say,
Yes.
why? Why are things the way they are? Or show why things are the way they are. And I
Yeah.
think that might be where we might be going here. I don't remember. So we're about to find
Yeah,
out.
again, and I don't know. I will ask you about this as the actor. Again, you're about to call me out again on my change as a character. Because you asked me, so what changed? Like why now do you want to be supportive? You kind of asked me that
Mm,
question. I'm pretty sure from memory,
hmm.
but yeah,
Okay, we'll see where we go.
Why the switch?
there it is.
why the switch?
Yeah.
Now that's the actor going, I need more
My
information.
son will
Yeah.
be great or even surpass my success to I'm giving up on you.
I'm not giving up on you, son. I'm just
You're saying it very
reevaluating.
emotively as if you're not saying it, but you're saying it. I can see through you, Mom.
I'm reevaluating something. That's all I'm doing. I'm just, for the first time in my life,
Your
I'm
hands
lowering
are
my
hurting
standards,
my
that's all.
leg. Your fingers are so strong.
Okay, pause.
I'm sorry, I know.
Okay, so now because I've played with Ben so much, okay, I know what he wants. He wants me to double down on this now. So this is why I say, yeah, I know I was an athlete, right? And what it is
What
as
do you mean by
well.
double down?
So again, there's two reasons. This is in my mind. I could be wrong. There's two reasons for this. The one reason that you did that was for a change of pace because you felt like it needed movement. So it was getting like slow and stuff, and Ben wants it to keep moving. So he's like, oh, hey, my leg, like that, to add, to put another dynamic in there. But also, it's like a little offer that he's just throwing out there to see what happens, right? And then I've gone, okay. So if I was hurting his leg, I must be strong. If I'm strong, I'm also an awesome athlete, which then doubles down on my character being perfect at everything, right? So again, that's just like a metaphor. So the purpose of it is that it's giving more depth to the rift that we have, as in like he thinks I'm good at everything to the point that I'm crushing his leg because I'm an athlete, right? Now it's a dual purpose. So we're finding out more, but also it's breaking the monotony of there's a lot of silence going on here. So then because it is Ben and he's like a catalyst, he will go bang, too much. There's not enough energy. I got to do something with energy. Oh, you're hurting my leg, right? So is that what it was, or tell me what was going on for you?
I think it was maybe some of that, but all subconscious, right? All I knew is that my character knew that you were a very strong person, and you were touching my leg, and so it's like, you're killing me there, And then I kind of interrupted you, and as the improviser, like, oh, I don't want to do that too much, but I'm like, I've already started, so I have to continue.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Another thing is that the it's not like I gave you a can and you crushed it, right? Because that would just be
No.
giving new information. But I'm offended by your strength. I'm offended by your talents, your perfection.
Yes, that's right.
So it
That's
has
right.
that emotional weight to it. And we
Yeah.
and we were, getting kind of serious here. And it's not like we had some big reveal like, I murdered your dad or something like that, that would mean like it's time and totally justified for complete silence and being super deep all of a sudden. So in some ways, maybe it was a subconscious reminder to myself and the audience that we're still in a comedy show here.
Okay,
I,
interesting.
I
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
I really don't know. I'm just kind of making it up. All right, here we go.
You're not even wearing makeup, are you?
No.
So yeah, I just said I'm an
beside
athlete.
the point.
That is
Yeah.
the point, Mom.
I'm willing to drop my standards. Do you know how hard that is for me, son?
We're about to find
That
out.
is very hard for me, but I'm willing to do it. You know why?
20 years ago.
Okay, so pause. That is a soft
Hard edit.
hard edit. So it's 20 years ago, but who the fuck is it? We don't know. Where is it? We don't know. So what I have to do as the improviser, so I'm clueless at this point, but what I need to do, and this is a great tip, guys. If you don't know what's going on, copy the other person. So he's running, and then I just start running. I don't know who I am. I don't know what character I am. I don't know what character he is. All I know is it's 20 years ago and he's running and he's committed to running. So I'm going to be committed to running. And I'm just going to keep running until I find out who the fuck am I and who the fuck is he. So that's what that is.
Great. Great. And it should be obvious to you and the audience that it's an edit because
Well, you said it.
a
Yeah,
bed.
you did.
Well,
Yeah.
no, right before that, a bed you don't just like physically pull out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So like I'm breaking the reality. It would be good if I changed the energy a little bit harder there because the energy didn't change that much. When you do that, when you change the energy, so if I'm sitting here like this and smoking here, right? And then I come over here and then I say all of a sudden like 20 years earlier and it's still the same. It's not as effective as if I go
Yeah.
20 years earlier.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
right. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so you want to do that, but I had kind of a responsibility to make sure that you were not interrupted, like you were physically allowed to speak, and I'm not calling too much
Yes.
attention to myself. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
And
trying to balance
again, I
it.
want to ask you a question about that. So was your intention, because I think this might be what it is, was your intention, I had said that it's really hard for me, and now you want to go back in the past and say why. So you want to say, like, what?
Totally.
So again, we've done this move before in Determined Puzzle Guys. He's like a real perfectionist puzzle maker thing, and
All
he's
videos that you can watch here on
you
YouTube,
can
by the
watch it,
way.
yeah, 100%. And he's really into it, and he's quite mean to his best friend. And so the audience gets to a stage where they might not like that character. So I took it back in time and gave him an even more asshole mum to show why is he like this. And so Ben's taken this move again. So it's a move anybody can do. If you're not clear about why a character's an asshole or something, go back in time and just have like an asshole parent that's worse. I
Well,
mean,
let's
that's
see
that's
what
basically
happens
that
here.
pattern. Yeah.
Here we go.
20 years ago.
Okay, so I'm looking at him. Okay, I'm just gonna do what he does. That's it.
My daughter.
Good. Now he's named it. Now I think yep, I'm her. Yeah, I'm her. But back in
Dad.
time.
Oh, Dad!
I can't hear you.
Dad!
You're too far back there.
Dad! Dad!
At that point, I was like, how fast can I whoa?
Oh.
How fast can I go and not change my breathing at all?
Oh,
Like,
that's hilarious.
because
Yeah.
it's got to be easy. I should have done it for even longer, but like I just did it.
Okay, and can we pause again? So in Shape of Show, it was a good choice to do this and have that really like frenetic energy, because we'd just come from like an emotional, like slower kind of scene. And so he's done that, and then I've realized, okay, I'm the daughter because he said daughter, and then I realized that I'm just going to match his intensity, and then when he gives me the suggestion that I'm back, I just ran backwards so that I could be like behind
That
him.
was great. That was great.
Um,
And by the way,
yeah,
we're facing the audience when we're running, right? So
yes,
you see a lot of improvisers, especially early, when they're doing running, they're like running in circles around the stage. You know what that looks
yeah,
like?
don't,
It looks like
yeah,
you're running in circles.
yeah.
But if you turn the audience into
Like the finish
the
line. They're the
yeah,
finish line.
they're the
Yeah,
finish line or they're the camera. The way I think it is like they're the camera, right? Like you're
yeah,
you're watching a movie where two characters are walking or running towards you and the camera tracks back with them.
yeah.
That makes it, then you can see their faces and everybody can
Yes.
move and all that. And then when I move slightly to the right, it means that I've stopped and then we're over there, you know?
Yeah,
So, and
yeah.
then so that way when and we've never obviously rehearsed that. We do all of our rehearsals
No,
online.
no.
So but Lindsay got the cues that like when I'm slower, that means that she physically moves backwards
Yeah.
2 steps, and that's all it
Yeah,
takes to show that she's behind.
yeah.
So much of improv, contrary to popular belief, is actually taken more from film, which is my profession and my love of medium more than any other artistic medium, more than it is of theater. So this is a really good teaching point and something I teach people to do all the time, and I often don't have a chance to use it myself because I'm not running in a lot of my scenes. But this
Yeah.
one, there was an excuse to run, so that made me happy.
Yeah. No, it was great. It was good fun.
And by the way, and that also gives us a chance to show what what she went through as opposed to talk about what she
Exactly.
went through.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think you'd catch up to me. I don't know how long I've been here. It's probably about 37 and a half seconds. That would be way, way too slow.
Okay,
I'll
pause.
do better.
So again,
That line
doubling
didn't totally
down
make
on the
sense, but that's
asshole.
okay.
No, but just doubling down on the asshole. Like, who gives a fuck? It's 30 seconds. But it's so important
Yeah.
to him, right?
Yeah.
Statistically unlikely. Hey, honey,
It's pretty good. I mean, you're
Okay,
you're
pause.
older.
I know
You're
exactly what I was
stronger,
thinking here.
Like you can't
I'm like, because I'm about to say you're a man, and I thought, no, I can't say that you're better than me because you're a man, or you're faster than me because you're a man. So I'm like, okay, go, I can't say that, I can't say that. Okay, it's got to be about age. It's got to be age and experience. That's what it is, and that's when we have an amazing line you're about to do about the age thing. So at that moment, I'm literally thinking, I can't, as a feminist, say right that he's better than me because he's a guy. That was my first instinct, and then I'm like, no, I can't say it. He's older and he's stronger. That's what it is. Yeah. That
That's
was
so
fun.
great. Of course I had no
Yeah.
idea any of that was going on in your head. That's so
Yeah.
fun. And then
Yeah.
I'm about to do one of my classic no ands. I think I'm gonna make that a new thing where I just
Okay.
tell your character no, but what I'm doing is I'm using it as a yes, you just said that, but here's new information that
Yeah.
makes your problem even worse. So
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like this bit. Yeah.
And I with that,
Here, let me just
you know, you're older, you're stronger, you know, like you can't, I can't compete with that.
I'm 30,
Yeah.
biologically.
What?
Happy is 55 years old.
What?
I'm just saying this here is not normal.
I'm not executing it that well, but that's okay.
55.
So the audience is like so into the show that even though I'm not executing the joke here, the joke is basically like is that I have the body of a 20, I should have said
Yeah,
20,
yeah,
like 30 is not that
totally.
impressive. The joke is like that I have the body of a 20-year-old, but I'm actually 55.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've lied to you about my age all the time to make you not feel so bad, something like
Yeah.
that.
But
Even though
you end up like extrapolating that in a minute. But the interesting thing is because the audience, like it feels like they should be laughing more, and that's why I said you're 55 because I'm trying to like signal to the audience. Did you hear what he just said? Right?
uh-huh.
And then you double down. I love the next line. I think it's the next line that you do.
Yeah. So and thank you for that. It's first draft, everybody. That's the difficult part with improv. It's first
Yeah.
draft. Second draft would have been
I'm
tighter.
just saying this here is not normal.
55?
55.
Dad, I didn't know that.
I told you that I was a teen dad to make you feel better.
That's the best. That line.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
It works.
it works pretty well.
What
Excuse
do I
me.
have to do,
And
Dad?
at this point, I realized, oh, wait a second. She became academically perfect because I'm athletically perfect. No, I also have to be academically perfect.
Okay, so that's where that was. Okay, interesting. Yeah, great. That's why you make the
Yeah,
next choice. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
exactly.
Just
To get it right.
Just 1 second, Mr. President. Sorry, I was just aerospace engineering.
I know. You're always aerospace engineering.
Stupid.
Oh, pause there.
Close to me.
Okay, great. So how come you decided to do a song there? What was the impetus?
Because emotional, it's your emotional moment to go into the turmoil that you have of not having this father be that good. I'm not sure why I'm singing. I don't remember this, so we'll have to find out. But I'm sure I like set it up for. I'm sure this is more of your song. I would guess this is your song. I don't know.
I don't know if it is, but anyway, yeah, go.
Let's find out.
You want to be my equal? Okay then. Let's see how things
Ah,
go.
it's not a full song. Yeah, it's great.
I'll try harder. I'll do whatever you say.
Just flex that for a second for me.
I could see your intention, but I don't think the audience got it. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Connect.
it was a flop. Sometimes I just go with like my instincts. My instincts are right about 90% of the time, but this one is like,
It's
nah,
everybody.
fuck it.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I've
Like I
been
said, like
busy.
before, with my sixth time joke, it was a once removed joke. They're not going to get it. You know what I mean? But I thought it was funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they didn't get it, and that's just going to happen. You know, like there was something else
Yeah.
you said too that I thought was fucking hilarious. They didn't even laugh at all. So sometimes you can't, you just don't know if it's going to land or
Yeah. And,
like,
and while I
yeah,
love to include the audience and everything, I will still say my approach is still that I'm doing this like for us. And if
yeah,
we if we
yeah.
if we happen to relate enough to the general population and we have a general population audience, then great. If not, that's okay. Now, if everything you do doesn't relate to the audience at all, then maybe stick to D&D and don't do it in real life because why put them through that pain? So I think we have enough of a balance of
Yeah.
insider jokes and their own,
Oh
inside our
yeah,
own
yeah,
brains
yeah.
jokes and their own
Yeah,
jokes to
totally.
make it
And
happen.
I think the ratio's there. We've definitely like it's just a
We're
lot
okay.
smaller that kind of personal joke. But again, and I've asked Jill Bernard this in the latest interview with her, and she said a lot of the time what she's doing is amusing herself.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
she's amused by it, then that's a commitment that's happening. So yeah. So I think that's really interesting. Sometimes we can just be amused, and sometimes it just doesn't land the way that you think
Yeah.
it does. You're just gonna move
And
on.
it didn't land and it kind of slowed down. The only reason I regret is like it interrupted the song. So if it's gonna be like a big move,
Okay,
like it better land if it's gonna interrupt the song. But we learned this is what we're here for.
that's right.
Pay the rent at this mega mansion where things are amazing.
Nice chord change.
I have to get going on things all the time or things will get crazy. But there's hope for you, there's hope for me. We can start off with something pretty easy.
Yes?
Still, of course you're still there. North Korea. 1 second, let me go to my protege.
Yes.
Right? Just the simplicity,
Yeah,
a lot of most improvisers, I think, in that moment where they have that phone in their hand, they're
they're gonna
thinking
go
like,
for
"Oh, I've
broke.
got."
Yeah,
Well, no, they're going to go for like the story. Like, all right, what is the story? We have to explain the story, what's going on, and everything.
nah, don't have
But
to.
right, it's just
You
about the
said North
vibe.
Korea. It's all there. We don't
Yeah,
need.
right. It's just the vibe, right? It's just the vibe. And one thing that's important to say is that that I didn't learn until I was a film editor making a feature film, and this is like 15 years into my improv career, is that most of the story takes place between the lines.
Mm,
Meaning, like in this one, I say, North Korea, hand the phone to you. You say yes. The story is not North Korea, yes. The
yeah,
story is what people imagine the
that's
president just
right.
said to me.
That's
Imagine
right.
the stakes of North Korea and what's about to happen, and the yes and what that means. And so that
Mm,
allows you, not only as an improviser, but if there's any people that write here or paint or whatever, is that you just need to put these little touchstone points in
yeah,
there, and then the story will build in their mind, and it'll almost always be better than whatever you could do on your own because people love themselves and their own ego, and
100%.
whatever
They're
they
gonna
think is
project.
going to be funny, they're going to
Yeah, yeah,
project it inward.
yeah, 100%. And what you said too was in that moment when I said yes, the instinct was to keep talking, and I went, nah, just do this.
One
Just
word.
just do that, And the thing I love about it too is it is the word yes. So we have an
Uh-huh.
improv meta joke like on top of it as well. So yeah, but that instinct, is very strong to keep talking because there's like silence and stuff, and it's like, nah, man. He
Yeah,
said
you
North
don't need
Korea,
it.
like that is such a loaded two words,
Yeah,
you
so
know.
let's find out
I don't,
what happens with that
exactly.
loaded two words. Here we go.
Oh, pause. I just saw something else in that too that I love. So he's finally saying, I'm going to give this to my protege. He's finally trusting her, all this stuff. And she's just so confident. She says yes. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And he's just like,
Yeah, so it's her moment there, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
She's
totally. That's the crossing of the threshold right there. Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so now they can get together and everything is going to be great. They're going to be a happy family
Yeah.
forever. But wait a second,
Wait a
later on we see
minute.
in the
Yeah, yeah.
future that she's not happy. So what could have happened?
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I stand by her.
I'll do whatever it takes.
3 million people just died.
I'll do whatever it takes.
4 million people just died.
I'll do whatever it takes.
5 million people just died.
I'll do whatever it takes for you to love me.
There you go. On the nose, but it works. And I give
Yeah.
her nothing for you to love me, and I give her
Yeah,
nothing.
nothing. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Great. Love it. And
Keep that
again,
stare.
nice little game of the scene. Like this many million people died, this many million people died, this million. And again, the audience is so happy right now.
Mm.
Like, because,
Hmm.
like I've gone, I'll do whatever it takes. And then, like, that was genius to just say that many million people just died. There's just so
Mm.
much in that, and the audience is so happy because not only have they got a little game that they know he's going to keep heightening, like, this is so funny. But there's just the whole metaphor too that she wants that from him so much that it doesn't even matter that many million
It didn't
people
even
just
phase her. She's not
died.
even listening.
Yeah, yeah, I just need you to love me. Yeah, 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 totally. And then I say that at the end about love. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it was
perfect.
great. Really, really great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Fun, fun. Here we go.
Is that the end of that scene?
At the end of that scene, yeah, is this the end of our
Yeah.
video? This would
I
be
think
half
it
an
could
hour
be. Yeah, yeah,
in.
yeah. Just have a look. I just want to see what the next scene is. Just
On the streets.
okay,
On the streets.
another hard soft edit. Okay, we'll come back to that in the next video. So yeah. Again, it's amazing. It's so good to be able to watch it and go right into what you were thinking, but also, just learning again. Like, so you're watching it and you're learning as well, going, oh yeah, cool. Yes, I remember that lesson about, like, just don't, if it's yes, just leave it at yes. Like, don't complicate it. Like, don't overthink
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so there's so many. What I love about watching it back too is that you see your own kind of learning over time as well. So you see the times when you're doing game of the scene, you see the times when you're doing emotional, you see the times when you're rhyming, you see the times, when you're plotting, like all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's awesome to be able to reflect on that and go back to that.
Yeah, just a lot learning. So I recommend that everybody records all of your rehearsals and your shows and
100%,
things like that. And you
100%.
become less self-conscious over time and you just start to see, yep, I could do better there. Yep, I could do better there. Watch the film, as they say in basketball and probably other sports. Uh, and yeah, as long as you're not too hypercritical of yourself or mean to yourself. I would say I am
Yeah. Don't
hypercritical
don't
of
be
myself,
don't
but
be
I'm not
mean.
mean to myself about it, you know. Pat
Yeah.
yourself on the back when things worked out well, and then just learn that stuff, and then put it in your subconscious, and then when you play, just let it be free, and then you'll make some of the same mistakes 10 more times, but you're not going to do it the 11th time.
Look, the other thing is too, I just want to say, because I'm teaching level one now, so it reminds me of this. A lot of people, when they first start doing improv too, they hate watching themselves on video, right? And the thing is
Yeah.
that that's where the learning is 100%, man. Like, reflection is learning. And if you have a problem watching yourself, just do a little thing where if you're going to watch it on a small screen so you're disassociated, like on your phone or something, put it further away from yourself. And then just as you watch it go, the actor is doing this. The actor is doing that, so you can disassociate yourself. It doesn't become about on me. Oh, I fucked up. I did it. It's like, no, the actor did this. The actor did that. So I've had a few people, like, I've given that advice, and a few people said that made such a difference, and now they're able to watch it on a bigger screen because they've been able to. Because some people really do. They're just assholes to themselves, and it's like
Yeah.
just distance yourself from it a little bit. Make it small, put it far
Yeah.
away, and just say the actor is, because you really learn more by watching. You really do. Like, so don't miss the opportunity of having that reflection and that learning just because you're too, oh, I can't watch myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not an
that's very
excuse,
valuable.
people.
Yeah, and people when you're younger, you say, "Oh God, do I sound like that? I'm so young." And people when they're younger, they think of themselves as older, and people when they're older, they think of themselves as younger, so that can be hard. But just over time, it's helpful. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this one. There's more coming up. If you're still in on this, vacuuming or whatever it is that you're doing while watching this, Catherine,
Driving,
then we're
dishes.
very very happy to entertain you while you do all of your cleaning.
Yeah,
So
thanks,
thank
Catherine.
you.
Yeah,
Learn more, and we'll learn from you when you make these too. Let us know when you do it by liking and
okay,
subscribing and commenting and all those things.
100%. We'll see you next one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.